a couple of days in the east. We went to Kiros and we stayed in the house of a friend, who actually the guy who made the Roca Verde topo. Old wooden thing on pole.
An old wooden thing.
Well, you can't really describe it. I guess you just need to.
It's a small elevated barn with stilts to stop the rat.
So after that first night in the little house in Kiros, we went to Gradura.
It's kind of a bit like Kalymnos.
It looks like a little cave, and actually
Yeah, from a long way away, it looks like nothing. You look up on this massive hillside of rock, and you see this tiny cave, and you say, okay.
But then it's really steep.
But it
it's
looks
not
good in
quite
the
a
topo.
roof, and you just have two fires running everywhere. But it's, sometimes in caves, the bottom of the end of the cave is a bit like breaking rock, but in that case, just all of
the rock is perfect.
Every single
all the
rock
way
is
around.
just.
The routes were all really approachable as well. There was nothing too extreme. They start at around 7A and finish at maybe 8B. 8B plus is the hardest one, so you can just go and pop, 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 pop. We met Raul and Armando in the cave, two of the locals of the area.
And they don't have much English, no much French, and we don't have any Spanish.
A lot of enthusiasm.
Es una zona que tiene vías de mucha calidad y se ha hecho un trabajo en concreto en la zona de Teberga por el club y el grupo de montaña Aguja de Segovia, pues increíble. Por supuesto que recomiendo a todos los escaladores del mundo entero una visita al norte de España.
The following day we decided to go up to Kiros, which is a crag. It's walking distance from the house actually. We met up with Richie, the guidebook author, and he'd picked out a couple of amazing classics for us to do, including one really long 40-meter wall climb.
It's actually quite different. There's no tufa at all. It's more like a white limestone.
All face climbing.
I think Kiros is more famous for like this technical style of climbing.
In fact, here in the region there just seems to be so many different styles, a little bit of everything.
And in Kiros there's the first 8A of
Toothless to
Asturias.
crimps.
So it's quite funny because for the first 8A of Asturias it's quite overhanging.
Yeah.
But then you realize when you try the route that actually the overhanging part is the easy part, and it's actually a slab crux.
The moves themselves were really hard, but the actual difficult section was quite short. The route's called Rompador, which, as far as I understand, translates into breaker. It was the first 8A in Asturias, so the first grade of that thing, breaking new territory.
We finished the day, we went to see the guy of the
Refugio. Yeah.
Actually,
Just down
the
in the tiny
Refugio has
village
been
underneath.
active before the 80s. And this guy is from Madrid, but he left Madrid because he wanted to climb in Quiros. When you leave Madrid, normally you'd go to Surana, no? But no, this guy wanted Quiros because clearly the cliff is great.
Si quieres escalar en un sitio tranquilo, este es un buen sitio para eso. Yo por eso me vine aquí a vivir.
End of the day, we're nearly in November, but it's so warm. We had a barbecue.
Yeah.
It's definitely not time to have a barbecue.
It's definitely not like that
anymore.
in England, and even in France right now, it's not barbecue weather. But
anyway, we had
Richie arranged
Richie
for
bought like 15 tons of meat and basically no vegetable. Perfect.
It's crazy because you can drive the car to the foot of the crag, but then when you're climbing on it, you feel like you're totally out in the middle of nowhere, totally out in nature.